Sometimes you gotta let y'all have y'all moments. Good evening. Um, Thank you, Liz, for your time. It is 6 o'clock in the evening on a Monday. We could be anywhere, but we here,
Right.
and I'm so grateful. Um, you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Um, it's really good content here, and I would like for it to reach outside of Milwaukee. I believe that it will be beneficial, universal. I believe it will be beneficial to people, mothers, fathers too, all over. Um, it's something about the day that I'm getting ready to record. I was just getting ready to share with Liz that anything that can go wrong literally goes wrong. When I say the enemy attacks my mind, my body, everything just seems like everything get chaotic in my mind. Like,
Yeah.
I was driving here and I'm just crying and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is happening? I need to get myself together for this. So that's when I came in. I'm like, I need some tissue because I got to blow and everything. So how are you?
I'm good.
How are you?
Same. It's like everything is chaotic. It's like you know you gotta go, but your body is like, oh, this is hard.
So leading up, Liz, leading up to knowing that you're getting ready to do this.
Yes.
What's going on mentally? Like, we getting ready to do it and we want to do it.
Right.
We want to do it. She's not being forced to do this. um because like I just said, leading up to it, for me, just knowing that I'm getting ready to have this conversation, which I can have normally just but leading up to recording, like, I don't know, I just get so anxious. Like, I'm excited, but I think I'm feeling something for you, the person I'm getting ready to, the mother that I'm getting ready to talk to. And so what did you feel like leading up? Even last week when we decided that last week, the week before when we decided that we was gonna do it.
It's a sense of anxious, like you said, you're anxious, and now that I'm aware of that my emotions may be all over the place, I'm monitoring my emotions. Like I'm telling my husband, like if I snap a little bit more, if I, seem like it's not you, it's that pent up emotions that are inside of you that are getting ready to come out, and you've been able to hold it in, but now you're going to be placed in a situation where you have to let it out. And so it's that sense of the same thing, anxiousness. I think I talked about last time, self-sabotage, where you're like, I can't do it, but I know that it's necessary. So it's the same thing. It's like my emotions are all over the place, all over the place.
Yeah. So last time, the viewers don't know, the listeners don't know that you were late.
Yes.
Really late.
Yes.
and so I just told the other ladies, I was like, maybe we should go ahead and start without Liz because um she may not want to do it. And I didn't want you to feel like you had to do it because you don't.
Right.
I know that it will help another mother. I know it will help somebody else. But if that mother is not ready to do it, whether it'll help somebody or not, I'm just not ready.
Right.
And so you was feeling that today?
It's not that it's like you can deal with it, but you don't have to deal with it head on. Like there are times that if I don't want to talk about it, I don't have to. But when you're in a space where I'm going to talk about this, then it's all those emotions that you feel because it's real. It's not like it's almost like, I guess you can say it's like a movie that you're watching, except for you're starring in it. And so those emotions are not, we're talking about this, these are real emotions. And so knowing that you have to deal with that is it's hard. It's really hard, but you know that it's necessary. Because since we started this journey, and that's why I talk about the self-sabotage, I probably was trying to self-sabotage because I didn't want to face it. But since I have, it's actually, it might be selfish on my part, actually, because I need these probably more than the people that are listening, because it's forcing me to do what I probably would not have done. And by forcing, I don't mean like making me. It's like you don't want to deal with it. You just want to just kind of sit somewhere in a dark room and not face anything. And you can't live life like that. So what's the other alternative? Sit in a dark room forever, or take a deep breath and start that process. And I think starting that process, that's what this did for me, is it forced me to start that process. It nudged me, let me say it like that. It nudged me to start the healing journey, regardless of how difficult it is.
And then you started really early.
I did.
And that's commendable because you are like, so like the first year, I don't even like it get until till my friend grandbaby passed. It's it's kind of blurry.
When you don't know what to expect, like I didn't know that. I thought that I was not normal. I thought that the things I was experiencing, not wanting to get up and move and do things, I really thought that I wasn't normal, like because I wasn't talking to anybody. And so I thought the things that I was feeling were not normal. And I remember calling Dr. Marika Tipton, like, I just need to, am I normal? Is this normal? And so when I got in the room with other women, and I heard that, like, because I've never been here before. So for me, I didn't know that it was okay for me to feel the way that I was feeling and not want to do things. So that's why it's therapeutic for me being in this, because it's letting me know, like, man, Liz,
I'm okay.
This is okay. Like, you actually are doing better than you think.
Liz.
So yeah.
Liz. I'm 13 years. I'm here to tell you you are doing the work. I didn't even know that it was work that needed to be done because I felt like my son died.
Right.
What kind of work? What exactly. Like but and I feel so warm. I feel so emotional. I'm so sorry, Liz. I couldn't get dressed today. I wanted to put on eyelashes. I said, we're gonna be recording and I want to look like this, and I couldn't. I got on my work clothes because the conversation is more important than what I'm looking like or what I'm feeling like, because I feel when I recorded with Danny, I didn't feel good. If I feel like when you get ready to do something for God, are we under attack? Like, what's happening? Like, my face is warm. I'm so flushed. I'm so emotional because people chose to die. So my son was shot. But your son chose to die.
And that I still haven't reconciled that decision. And that's why, to me, mental health is so important. It's just because I fought so hard. I really did. And the guilt is like you're talking about emotional. The emotions, you're up, you're down, you're in, you're out. And so just trying to just wrap my mind around everything is difficult. And so, like, even today, like, I got this thing on because my hair was a hot mess underneath, and I just was like, I don't want to do anything with this. I'm just gonna throw this scarf on.
When you say you fall so hard, what do you mean?
Because I tried to get him into institutions. I tried to get him. He was actually seeing a therapist. He was, and he couldn't break that cycle, and it just he that was a decision that he made, and I remember all the conversations that we had, and and he would leave town sometimes. We didn't know where he was, and just things like that. So, and then I'm kicking myself because I feel like I missed the signs, because people say stuff and you think, oh, that's just him, whatever. But there were signs that I missed. And so as a mother, like grappling with that, then the faith, like, did I not pray enough? Did I not fast enough? And so I still grapple with that. I really do. And so it was like talking to him. My oldest daughter, talking to him. My young, we just talk, because she's a therapist by trade. And so, we did all the things, but it's still, we didn't get the results that we wanted. And so just trying to reconcile that. And sometimes it's easier in front of a camera, because people don't like, because you have to hold yourself to a certain, you got to hold it together, But when I'm at home, it's like I just, for months afterwards, I wore wigs, and people say, "Oh, you got a wig on." I don't feel like combing my hair. Like, I didn't want to get dressed, and so all these emotions are going on. How did I miss it? What did I do? Why couldn't I have done this? I was at a leadership conference when this happened. I shouldn't have went to the leadership conference. So it just the guilt, the weight of you're helpless. It's nothing you could do. And as much as I loved him, it wasn't enough. And I think that was the biggest thing, feeling like as much as I loved him, it just wasn't enough. And that's hard.
And when you say you missed it, you didn't, because you did. We limited.
True.
We human too.
True.
You're not God. So for another mother, I'm not going to try to tell you what to say, because that's, like I said, it's homicide. When we start talking and we on a panel and they start talking about mental health and suicide, then you can have the stage.
Yeah.
But I'm not acting like I know something that I don't. I'm not saying that I'm a counselor, but I don't want you as a mother to live with that. I missed it, and just for another mother who is dealing with something similar, where she has a son or a daughter that's dealing with mental health, and then we left here to live with the guilt of I missed it. I don't feel like you missed it. You said I tried. I'm saying we can only do what we can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm a good mother. I feel like the day before, which was a Thursday, my son was asked, come ride with me. And from what I hear from his girlfriend Diamond, she said that Tyrone said no. He said no multiple times. My son took my brother to the airport. Little Tyrone vehicle was in the shop, and my brother gave him his vehicle. I feel like it was uplifting. I got a vehicle, I'm not stranded. And I think that when little Dave asked him again, he said, okay, I'll ride with you. He rode with him. And I know from the no Thursday that I did what I was supposed to do as a mom. So the adrenaline going, hyped up, happy. My son is, when he get happy, he kind of walk with a little bounce, and I can just see him. He got my brother vehicle now, and when little Dave asked him again, he just said yes. So I'm not going to, as a mother, live with the guilt of I wish, no, because we did what we could when we could as mothers. And the thing is, Tyrone is not going to rest thinking that I'm sitting here tormenting myself about something that was a decision that your baby made. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we feel terrible about it, but at the same time, as mothers who have to stay here, we're not going to stay here like that.
No, and I think, and you bring up a very important point, which is why, as much as you don't want to get help, that's why you need to get the help. You need to be in an environment because your thoughts will consume you. And if you stay in that, and which is why I keep saying yes to this, because I don't want to stay in that environment. So I think that's a good question you asked. What would I say to a mother? Talk to somebody. Don't sit with those thoughts. Talk to somebody that's been there. Because people, and I can't stress that enough. Because if you haven't been there, you really don't know what to say. You just don't. But a mother that has, and I love the art, like 13 years, 5 years, the different years. That's why you need to talk to somebody so that you can see around that corner, because all you're left with is your memories and all of that. So having a space to talk about it is important, because you'll be consumed with all kinds of thoughts if you allow yourself, if you sit there in it. But me doing this puts me in a space with other people that I can hear that. And I think that for any mom that's dealing with that, get in a space where you are around people that will understand and can guide you. I think that's important.
And Danny said it wasn't until we were in that environment, in this environment, and she was able to hear other mothers, and that she openly was able to talk. I can just tell, talking to her, the freedom and the release that it gave her. And I don't want anybody to, because I've talked to my cousin Vaughn, and Vaughn says I'm angry. 15 years later. 15 years later, I was like, well, I'm okay. I'm doing good. 13, I'm doing good, because I think that's what we want to know. We want to know we're okay. And when I hear mothers say, like, when my baby passed, it ruined relationships, and it's like, I think we asking too much of somebody else to understand.
Right.
I think we asking too much.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it's not really possible for them to understand. And I think it's almost not fair to want them to understand.
I agree.
My daughter told me, Mom, I'm sister sad. And I was like, okay. And then I took that and I ran with it. And I said, my mom is grandma sad.
Right.
And my siblings are sister sad. And so I said, because it's disturbing to us that everybody going back to work. It's red light, green light, yellow light, like everything is like my son just passed, but we mom sad. And so to sit with other moms was beneficial to us.
It's extremely beneficial.
That I just want to die. And then the other mother sitting next to you was like, we're not going, what did she just say? No, we going, yeah. I didn't do anything. He said, be ye angry, but seeing not, I'm upset. I'm upset.
Exactly.
And I used all kind of stuff. Like, I just want to disappear. Well, what is disappear?
Exactly.
So
it's the same thing. It's the same.
Yeah, because I don't want to face what's happening. I just appreciate you so much. I think that you doing this so early will help another mother. Not that she can't wait 13 years like I did, or 15 years, but I think that it would give her the courage to be okay. Because I think that we think that, should I be laughing?
Right, exactly.
I don't know that I should be laughing.
Right.
I don't want people to think I'm cool with the fact that little Tyrone is gone, so I don't want to be laughing. But whatever was said was funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why can't I laugh? So finding that sense of it's okay to be okay.
Right.
But it's okay to not be okay too. Right. So when when we're not okay, that's okay too.
Right.
And I do have those times when I'm not okay, and I want to be okay with I'm not okay. And I want you to be okay with I'm not okay today too.
Right. I agree. And I think for me, I think that because what I had to realize, and again, I'm talking to people and that they can't carry it. And so they're whatever they're saying or doing is because they want you to be okay, and they can't. They love you so much, they can't handle the fact that you're not okay. And so they say and do things, not understanding that I have to walk this process. And I didn't understand that, but I get it. I get it now that I have to walk this process out. And there are days that, like I tell my husband, if I snap, it's not you. Like, because I might feel angry out of nowhere. And so letting him know that. And then I see a therapist too, but as I'm processing these, my emotions are all over the place still. And so balancing that reality with faith, with what I'm feeling, all of that, like you said, it is a balancing act, because you're trying to figure out, like, where is it going to land, because every day is different, and every mother's experience is different. And so however they're processing it, it really is okay. And I think that was again, that's what I learned too after hearing the different experiences. Like, okay,
I'm okay.
Yeah, like this is not like I'm not. Because I really thought, and I probably was losing it, but to hear like I'm not the only one that's losing it though, because losing it is a part of the process.
Well, I think that I can fall apart because I know he got it.
Exactly.
I think that it's okay that I fall apart because I know God got it.
Right.
And I know I taught my son. I know that he know you. And I think that's the bigger part of it than more than anything. Like sometimes I feel like we act like death is reserved for certain people.
Right.
I think that we got to get it in our spirit, and I have. Death is for everybody. We'll all experience it. And every time it happens, we act like, oh no. And it's kind of like, I don't know why. It's almost like when we get snow and we in the Midwest and we're going to, and then we act shocked every time we get it. And it's like every time death happens, I know it's painful. But I think it's also a reminder too, I got to do it too. I'll experience it too.
Right.
We sit with Michelle Pitts before we was making plans for my son's funeral. And I said, oh geez. I said, I never want to do this again. And Michelle said, but you will. Baby, I looked at her, I said, and this is my friend. I said, no, I won't. She said, yeah. She said, you'll sit here again. And the only way you don't is because they funeralized. And I was like, I didn't get it right then because I was a little upset because I was like, no, I ain't gonna sit here again. I only got one more kid. I ain't gonna sit here again. And we don't know what this process is. We don't know what the order is. You know what I'm saying? When I say inhale, exhale, I mean that. Yes. I mean, it's a gift. And when I hear some stuff, when I'm like, you got time for that?
Yeah.
Time is of the essence. You got time for that? I be so confused. Like, I ain't got time for my inhale, exhale. Not with that.
Not with that.
Not with no foolishness.
Not with that. I think Danny on the first episode, she mentioned the superpower.
Did you hear
Dr.
Cozy?
She said the same thing.
I said, no, I know she don't know Danny.
But she said the same thing. And
it's unwanted.
It is.
But it's there.
It is, because you're like, the stuff that people bring to you is, and it's not that you don't care, but it's like you just said, like, I
don't have the energy.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna
I don't
feel the way that, and it's not that I don't care, I'm being dismissive, but that's not as important. Once you go through something like that, your moments become so important to you.
Liz, it's almost like that. Remember that hymn that the older people used to sing, this may be my last time.
This may be my last time.
Maybe my last time. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it plays.
Yeah.
Now, do I think about death all the time? No, but I do think about how I treat people.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
I think about my last interaction, because that's what I did with my son. I said, I thought about Thursday. When I hung up from him, did I say I love you?
Mhm.
You know, and
Yeah, that
just make it count.
make every moment, and now it's like the moments matter so much. Like, but just the moments matter. Like, I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste time. And my son actually left me a note, and it was just one sentence. He said, "Mom, you did everything that you could, and I love you. You tried." And so that it relieved. If at the first I couldn't read it at first. It took me a long time to read it. I finally read it, but it relieved some of that pressure. Yeah. We don't need the tissue. We said we may not need the tissue, but we might.
That's why. So the first episode with all of us talking together, it was little stuff
Mhm.
from each one of y'all that's kind of stood out.
Thank you. Mhm.
He always give us a ram in the bush.
Duh.
He's so sweet.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The day anything that can go wrong. I looked at my schedule. I said, I said, I know I ain't booked all these people on the same. And then I gotta go talk to Liz. I'm happy about talking to you, but I'm saying I be trying to get my mind.
Exactly. You got,
But I didn't have time. I didn't have time to get my mind together because I was like,
Oh Lord.
oh Lord, I just thank you. Thank you for the note. Ain't that
Yeah.
something, Liz?
Yeah, and it was it took me a long time to read it, but when I finally did, it was like it was confirmation that he knew that I tried, and so
And you tried.
yeah,
I think that we be so, because I'm guilty too. I'm guilty of it. Like what they going? I'm so worried about myself. I'm so worried about myself. Lord help me.
See, we can laugh and cry at the same time.
At the same time. At the same time.
You can.
Because we got it's so many great things. I mean, you had 33 years with your son.
Wonderful years.
So of course it's so many lighthearted moments. It's so much for my son.
Mhm.
I got you. And I'm thinking to myself, with what?
Right.
I take care of you, Tyrone. He said, Ma, I'm telling you, I got you, Ma. I'm good. You're gonna be good. I'm like, okay. And so I got a t-shirt that says, I got you, and I on what? Because everything was on what?
Yeah.
On what? Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's so good. That's so good. I love that. I didn't know that. But see, talking with a group, it's harder to get everything out.
It is.
Liz, I feel like you're doing better than me.
Mm.
I'm so emotional. You're doing better than I am. I'm like, I don't want to make Liz real sad, but shoot, I feel like I'm more emotional than you. Lord help me.
No, you're good, because by nature I'm not.
You said that you mentally you get yourself ready because I gotta do this.
Yeah.
But when you at home,
I'm a wreck.
Really?
I am a wreck. And I want to read this poem.
Okay.
So this to tell you how much of a wreck that I am.
okay.
And anybody that knows,
And
like
you a poet.
Yeah, I'm a poet. My friends know me. Like they know I'm not. They be like, do you ever get emotional? I'm like, y'all be surprised. But I'm gonna read this poem that I wrote because this was during my wreck times. It says, trying to find peace while a piece of me are non-existent seems senseless. And as I sense less of me daily, she is disappearing, appearing to be whole while the truth be told, she's in pieces. And the thesis about this is she is not who she was. She's not even who she is. She lays in pieces among the masses, and the mass has metastasized. She has been diagnosed with a disease, and the dis-ease she feels and sees among the how are yous and I'm okay are symptoms of the underlying malignancy, and she can't breathe. Looking for pieces of she among the masses, her glasses have fallen off her face and her soul has been exposed. She's lost all control. She's really not whole as she sits among the praise the Lord, everybody. God's got you. Hold on. Pray about it. He won't put on you more than you can bear, but this bear sitting on her chest as his claws digs deep into her soul, her heart ripping her apart, and she is torn into pieces, and peace is eluding her. And they sit among pews. No one got the news that this is unbearable, this terrible feeling of being disconnected, discombobulated, longing to be sedated, so she just can't feel. Until she heals, she's in pieces. Her lease is up. She no longer lives here. Oh, she smiles and raises her hand in praise. But this has torn her in ways that no one can explain, not even her. And they say it'll get better, but that doesn't help right now. All she can do is stand when she's not whole, and every time she bears her soul is messed with the same thing. So she sits quietly, waiting for sobriety, and God whispers, he was a man acquainted with grief. This is normal. It's all a part of the process. And her chest begins to expand, and he holds her hand and says, breathe. I know where every piece is. And when it's time, I'll put it all together again. But for now, scream, cry, ask questions, stand up, sit down, close the blinds, open them again, breathe, hold your chest, don't get dressed, comb your hair later. It's okay to just be, just exist. Don't lift your clothes, they're too heavy. Don't talk, you don't know what to say. Just sway and rock and moan, and I will hold on to you. I see everything. No need to try and explain. Pieces on the way. While pieces of you may be on display, I love you, I saw it, and I know. And that's how I feel every day. So I might sit here like I'm composed, but I'm not.
When to the end, when you say I see it, I saw it, meaning he saw what happened.
God knew. And I think to reconcile with that God knew and didn't move, but he saw it is also a consolation. I think somebody on the podcast said that, and that was the biggest hurdle for me to overcome, was like knowing that God saw it, but he still allowed it. And so I have to come to grips with that. And so even though I'm laying in pieces, he saw it and he know where every piece is. And I pick up the pieces and I show up every day, but at home they just fall back apart. And that's why coming here is so important, because it helps me to every day a piece stays when I leave. Okay, that stayed. Okay. And so that's why it's important for me to not self-sabotage and get here, because I may look like I'm good, but ask my husband, like, whoa. At home, it's like, there are times I have good days, but there are a lot of times I'm literally in pieces. Like I'm trying to just put all the pieces together, but that's not my job.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my job. And so I relinquish that to the Father.
In your relationship with him, because you're so involved with your church, has that been instrumental in? Because I know that you said before, like people would just say anything. Like you said that, and I think Danny said it too, that a lot of her hurt came from people, that marriages don't survive this,
No.
and stuff like that. And she said, why not just pray for my marriage? Why say marriages don't survive this? And being so involved and so you run a couple of boards or something, because I know the program that we did,
Yeah,
that was through your church.
yeah. And so what I love about my pastor and my first lady have been amazing. I stopped everything. Like I just didn't show up because I didn't have the capacity, and I think not for my pastor, my first lady, they got it. But a lot of people don't get it because they're used to you, like, we're strong women, like we we got this. And so when you're not that person anymore, and when you tell somebody like I don't have the capacity, because they see this and they see the reserve and the calm, but they don't see the chaos and the storm. And so for a lot of people, I think they couldn't understand, like I care, but I didn't care because I didn't know how I was going to get through the next day. So I didn't do the program. So I just started. I hadn't did the program this year. I went to the two graduations, but I haven't been able to do the program. The things that I was doing at church, I stopped. I couldn't. I felt bad at first, but then, talked to my pastor and his wife. They got it, and I didn't have the capacity to do. All I had the capacity to do was just sit, and that's it. And so I remember saying to my pastor, I'm not dependable right now. I might say I'm gonna do something, and when that grief hit, I ain't doing nothing. So I didn't want to do that to him. So I stopped everything. And I would say to anybody that that's okay to stop. So I stopped. I just am now getting back to doing things at the church, and by doing things, not in the capacity that I was, not by any means.
Okay.
And so I literally dropped everything. And so the biggest part was that people that like used to me doing that was hard because they couldn't understand. Like I literally can't do this. I don't want to think about something going wrong because I couldn't handle it. When somebody passes, it's almost like rejection when you love somebody and they leave you like that. So to have to deal with something going wrong and everything goes wrong, when you're dealing with stuff, I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to hear about nothing because I didn't have the capacity to handle anything, any more bad news. It may have been something small, like, we forgot to mail something out, but it felt like a ton of
something else went wrong.
And so I would say to anybody, I would say, stop. Don't try to be something that if you can't handle it, be honest. And if they can't handle your honesty, that's on them. But I stopped everything. I really did. I stepped away. It was too much. I couldn't do it.
And good for you.
Yeah. And like I said, my pastor, my wife, they really I think the best therapy session was in the office when they was praying with me, because Bishop was praying, Mother was rubbing my back, telling me to cry because I didn't want to cry. I don't know. I just didn't.
Why you didn't want to cry, Liz?
I don't know. I just didn't want to cry, and she was like, "Cry," and I'm like, and I broke down. I broke down in their office, but I needed that. So they understood. They understood.
At any point were you angry?
My emotions were I was angry. And then seeing a therapist early on helped because she told me, I want you to read the process, the grieving process. I'm like, I ain't gonna read this. But when I read the stages, yeah. But when I read it, I was like, oh, so I was angry, like little things.
Negotiating.
Yes. I would snap over stuff that, and by anybody that knows by natural, they've never ever seen. My husband's never. He was like, it was just I didn't have control. And I'm used to being in control, but I had no control. And people weren't used to seeing that. And so, when I would come to church, because church is already emotional. So I would just be shaking, crying so bad, like just shaking really, really bad. Didn't want to talk to nobody. Didn't want nobody talking to me. I just want to get there and get out and leave. And that's what I did. I would get up, get there, and leave.
At any point, were you angry with your son?
I haven't been angry with him. I haven't. And I think because he was such a sweetheart. So sweet. He never
said that.
He was so sweet. So I'm not angry with him in the sense that maybe people were. I haven't felt that anger towards him. Doesn't mean I'm not going to, but I haven't yet. I just, and I don't know what I feel, but I haven't felt anger towards him yet.
I just remember me and Danny. I tried so hard to get her to talk, and she just wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And we went out to eat one time, and I had shared with her. I said, I don't think that my son was cut out for the cruelty of the world.
Mm.
I always felt like he didn't belong.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like he not that he was soft or weak or anything like that. His heart was so pure, like he almost like an angel.
Mm-hmm.
No, mom, no, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I would be so upset because I'm like, I'm your friend. Your dad is your friend. And he's like, no, mom, that's my friend. I'm like, oh, geez. So he was a big boy, still feeling like that, mom, you got to help. Mom, you got to help. My daughter a little bit. And I don't see it as a weakness, because I was going to say a little bit stronger, but not stronger. But she is a kind person,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a little bit more substance to her. Like she a little bit, she a little bit more fiery than him.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just a kind person.
Mm-hmm.
And then Danny was like, I feel like my son was an angel too. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was sent to do something. Like you saying about your baby. Like he was so nice.
He was. He really was.
He was such a nice guy, and that feels good to know that, because this place can be rough.
It can, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is like it is rough. Like this, the world is cruel. It's like a very, very cruel place, and so that's
and and I can imagine what the battle was in his mind, that he felt like he couldn't win, because we trying to win mentally every day. We trying to win.
Yes,
we trying to win mentally every day.
Every day. And it's like, and that's one of the things that I started thinking about even with him. Like, how do you get away from your thoughts? Like, I can get away from people, but your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
they come upon you. You could be asleep and wake up, or you could have nightmares, or those are part of you. So how do you, like you said, it's a struggle for, like, my thoughts were,
Sure.
going through this. So how do you get away from that? And for any mom, and that's why it's important to talk, because people do have this perception about who you are. They look on the outside and make a decision about your strength or weakness, and not knowing them devils that are fighting, or those demonic pressure, or the things that are going on. We and I say we because prior to this I made assumptions too. Make assumptions about people, and when they say things, we think, not realizing that their thoughts are really trying to overtake them and overpower them.
Mm-hmm. Like when I see people on the streets, talking to themselves, and I'm thinking like it's below zero, and then they outside, and I was like, my heart feels different. You because you don't know what they contending with. You don't know mental what they struggles are, because I have them. We all have them. Right. And when you see the post that say unbothered, and I say, oh, what's bothering her?
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody unbothered. Like, if I was unbothered, I probably wouldn't take time to post it. You know what I'm saying? So we care what people think about us. We care what people saying about us. And I had to, in order to mentally win, I have to serve God in order to mentally win, because I have to say, I'm only going to believe what you say about me, because that's how I mentally win. Like, because people, it happens, like, I don't like this person, she don't, like, okay.
Well, and because
in order to mentally win, I say, well, God like me.
Yeah, he do.
He do a lot.
He does a lot. And that's why, that's why the scriptures for me, I don't see them the same way I used to. They're more alive and real to me. When the Bible talks about the man's heart is desperately wicked, it's some wicked, evil people out there. And you have to, like, because I used to think, but now I'm like, I realize, like, I need to guard my heart and my mind. And pray without ceasing, in those scriptures that become real, because people are really, there's some cruel, nasty people out there who don't care. And words are extremely powerful. And so people can say something that could be, and some of them may not be intentional. Like I said, so, you know, I've heard things that people have said to me like, that was really not the right thing to say. So I have to guard my mind and my heart. Otherwise, I might snap. I might say something crazy, and they really may not have ill intentions, or they may have ill intentions. But I got to make sure that I'm good, because, and that's why you gotta, I would say to a mother out there, you may be one of them strong ones like we are, like doing the thing, doing whatever you're doing. And people may not, like, people don't know. Like, I guarantee you, when my friends see this, they'll be like, you were feeling all this because I don't show it. And so I would say get with somebody that you can be real with, that you can say how you truly feeling, no judgment, but get with somebody that's been there. I would say that.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I strongly encourage anybody, because like it's a joke that I have with my clients. Like, I'm sitting on the edge of the bed for hours, and I used to do it more so. I do it less now. I still will do it. But like the other day, I don't know if you've seen, I went live, and when I went live, yeah, I thought about it. I said, I really don't want to do it right now because I don't have no eyelashes on. I'm looking a mess. And then I said, I have a charge to keep.
Yeah.
I have a God to glorify. Yeah. And it really doesn't matter what people have to say about me. It only thing that really matters is what he say about me or what he think about me. And I think that I am wonderfully created.
Come on, song.
In his image and in his likeness.
Fearfully and wonderfully made.
And I feel like I don't have to have on eyelashes.
No.
And I don't have to do all this extra stuff. I felt it in my spirit to go live, and I did. And did I have reservations about doing it? Yes, because that's just not something that I would normally do. But I've been asked to do stuff that I feel like it can be intrusive. You know, I feel like we have to want help.
Right.
We have to, and then we have to be ready for the help when it comes. You know what I mean? Like, I had to get to a place where I wasn't easily offended, because when you're easily offended, because we can be, and then you got to consider the source too. Like, I know she don't mean, it's not her intention to hurt me. You know, my phone just died, and it's kind of like, you can plug your phone back up and it's gonna charge back up. My son died. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And so of course they're not trying to offend us. Right. It's just that when we hear, I never, for a long time, I never said he died. You know, I like, well, he gone, and you know, I played with words and everything, and then 4 years later, my nephew is killed, and it's kind of like, now I'm looking at my sister going, and we both went through it totally different.
Right.
You know, I wanted to be by myself, and she wanted people around her. But that's who she is too. Exactly. She enjoyed company. She wanted people around her. So there's no cookie cutter.
It's not
way to do it. And I respect everybody's process, and however you want to do it. If somebody say I'm angry, I respect it. If somebody say I drink all the time, there's no judgment. There's no, we can't say what somebody should be doing or how they should be doing it, because I don't know. I did it the best way I knew how to do it. This is all new to us, and I encourage any mother, like Tiffany said, that she asked her therapist, is this okay?
Right.
You know, yeah, it's okay. If that's how you have to do it, it's okay, because that's all you can do is what, you know, it's new. We don't know. There's no book to read to tell you how to do it, and it looks different for all of us. And I would never say anything to a mother that decided that I want to drink through this night. I don't want you to drink through it.
Right.
But I wouldn't tell her how to do it, because I believe that at some point the Holy Spirit is going to give her what she needs. I know
that to be the truth.
I believe at some point the Holy Spirit is going to give her what to do. Yeah. And I feel like I would be out of line to try to tell her what to do. I encourage mothers to get together.
I do.
I do encourage that, but how to process it and we don't really know the details. Like,
No.
that's why we having these conversations, because I don't know the details to the relationship
Right.
with the mother and the son,
Right.
or the mother and the daughter.
Right.
I don't know what the relationship was. I don't know what the struggle was. That's why when I said that's so ironic that God put us together, because,
Right.
well, I mean, I already knew you, but I'm saying the different stories, because suicide,
Right.
homicide, accidental death,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like the whole all of us could help a mother in a different capacity.
Exactly.
Because if you talk about homicide, I'm gonna jump right in with that, because that's so shocking. Because it's like, and you can say my son was battling with this. That's gonna help somebody else. And Danny and Sharika and Tiffany, it's just like, and every story, every time I hear a story, instantly I just think, what's your baby full name? Remember our babies, because we get a chance to talk about our living children, but we don't get the opportunity. And this has opened up conversations for my mom. And my mom says, I'm glad that you're at a place where you can talk about it, because now I can talk about it too.
Right.
Because all I did was talk to him. That's all my mom did, was talk to him.
Right.
She said, what happened, Tyrone? What happened? And I'm like, well, did he give you an answer? She says no. But I think that she feels more comfortable talking about it now that I can talk about it.
Right. Yeah. I definitely think so. And I think that one of the things that you said, that because all of us process it so differently, but the biggest thing is having those conversations. Because again, honestly, I never thought about what anybody else was going through. Like, it just didn't register that the siblings, my brother, my sister, my mom, like, I was so caught up in,
this is my son.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that. So,
and I really wanted everybody to act like me.
Right.
That's the disappointment. And that's not realistic.
It's not
There's
realistic.
no way that my mom could act like me.
No.
This is her grandson. My
No.
mother was concerned about me. My mother was concerned about her daughter.
Right.
So I'm looking for my mom to be, I want everybody to be I want everybody to have the same story as me. I want everybody to be sitting on the edge of the bed and can't move.
Right.
And then my sisters is going back to work, and everybody is. And so I'm like,
what y'all doing?
What's happening? Like, y'all know Tyrone passed away, right? But thank God for my family, because had it not been for them, there's no way I could have sat on the side of the bed for 10 months. It was, they took care of everything for me. So I'm grateful for that. So yeah, the process looks different for everybody. And of course, everybody can't not go back to work for 10, we all be homeless. You know what I'm saying? Thank God they was able to see about me.
Right.
They got mortgages and car notes and all kinds of stuff, so I'm so grateful that you doing this early. I think you doing this early says to another mother, I am sad, but I don't have to. Dr. Cozy said it too. I don't have to look crazy, act crazy, so that other people don't think I'm crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, she doing all this stuff, and somebody daughter just passed away, and they said that she was doing too much, and I'm like, who gets to say?
Nobody.
What is too much? If it's helping her, who gets to say how it's supposed to be done?
Nobody. And those are the comments that I'm talking about. Those comments like there, and you're right. We can't be easily offended, because that may be what she needs. Because sometimes I need to just pour myself into some. Because you know how it is when nobody's around and you're left with those thoughts. Nobody knows how painful that is. When I'm in a house by myself and I'm left with my thoughts, that's hard. So for that mother to have to feel like they need to, I don't want to be left with my thoughts. And that's hard. And so but if you've never been there, she doing too much. She may need to do too much. Because you got to sit, because reality sometimes is difficult. Because now I got to sit by myself and I have to say, somebody ain't coming through that door. And when I'm sitting with my thoughts, whew, and you talking about ending it, like wanting to just, like, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do it myself, but God, you can, like you said, I use different terminology, but it's the same thing.
If you come get me, I won't be sad.
I won't be sad. And people don't understand those thoughts, it literally feels unbearable in those moments. So if a mother needs to immerse themselves because they need to escape that, I get that.
And then I said, it didn't coming from people who haven't experienced it. Like,
right.
You can't say what she should or shouldn't be doing. Like, I don't even think it would be fair for us to say what another mother should
I
be
wouldn't
doing.
say that.
No.
I wouldn't say that because I know one thing I do know is that pain and them thoughts. And however you can alleviate it, and that, like when you said, some people drink to alleviate it. Some people, whatever they do, because I know the weight of that pain. But by the grace of God, there goes me.
God.
I can't save, sanctify, Holy Ghost filled, and fire baptized. But I know the weight of those thoughts. But God, that could have been me. I promise you that could have been me. So I don't judge nobody. Because that I do understand. I know what it feels like to have to come to grips with somebody that you brought into this world. It's not coming back. And nobody can carry that. So I'm like you, I don't judge. So I would never say to a mother, I can't judge that.
However you get through.
Yeah.
And get through and come on to the other side, because it's another side to it. I mean, when you can see God in it.
Yeah.
Because I can see why I had my son, because I say, I wish I said it, I wish I never knew him.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't even know what this feels like.
Right.
But knowing him is why I'm who I am today.
Right. Yeah.
Because I knew him, and because I knew what unconditional love felt like. Because that's how our children love us. And my father was the first man that ever loved me. And then my father, and my mom is amazing too, but my dad introduced us to Christ. And that's the next man that loved me, and then unconditionally,
right. I guess
and then and my son, without condition,
right. Mine too.
So this does not mean if you got 5 sons and one passed, you in better shape than us. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's just something about an only son. Because Jesus was Mary. Was that Mary's only son?
Was it?
Because I know it's scripture that says that it was other children, because they remember when they said that your mom and your siblings and they outside, and he said my siblings and my people are those who want to do the will of the Father. But I don't know. It's just it's a special place to sit in, to be able to. And I know that don't seem.
I know.
Right. It sounds.
I know.
Because nobody wants to sit here, and we didn't ask for it.
No,
it just is. Yeah, I said I believe that whatever you wanted me to do, Dad, I believe you could have got me to do it if you just told me.
Right.
I don't think that I had to do it this way, but he's a perfect God, and he's a sovereign God, and he's an awesome God, and everything he do well. Everything he do is perfect in the order that he do it in.
Right.
And I would never say he messed up, because that would he ain't messed up in all humanity. So he didn't mess up when he did this either. And I'm not gonna pick and choose what I like and what I don't like. If you say it's so, then it's so.
Period. Point blank. And I think that's what people that are not don't have faith, don't understand this. Like we talked about this before, like 2 things can exist at the same time. So they don't understand the faith of it. Because even in that poem I wrote, he already saw this,
Mm-hmm.
and he could have prevented it. But the love of the Father is so real that even in this, that's how I know he real. Like, you can't tell me nothing about God right now. Like, there's nothing that anybody, and they say, yeah, but he allowed your son. Da, da, da. But the healing that I'm experiencing, the massaging that only he can massage my heart. You know, as much as my husband loved, he tried so much. There's certain things like he can sit there and listen, but only God can touch my heart in a way that, you know, and them thoughts that I had, and then allow me to express, like, you know, Lord, like Job did, and then say, okay, I still love, like, I can't
I still love
express.
you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I can't express that, and
just like the. I'm sorry. It's just like the when you say he was there.
Man, that's consolation.
It's a testament too of our faith too.
Yeah.
To know you was there,
and
you didn't stop it, but I still.
Right. And that's almost a consolation. Yes. Like I can't describe it.
I can't because
at the same time, two things, and I'm hurt.
So hurt.
But I love you so much.
And I appreciate you because I experienced him.
Yeah.
Because I experienced my son. So I appreciate you so much. I didn't see you coming to get him at 22. I didn't see you coming to get him.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been such a miserable life for him had I seen it. I would have he wouldn't have enjoyed his life because I would have been saying, wait, Tyrone, because you know at 22 you're gonna have to leave. So so I would have made life so miserable for him. So I'm so glad that he don't show us the whole staircase.
I'm so glad
that he show us one step at a time.
Yeah, and there's a scripture that says, now you see through a glass darkly, but when he that is perfect is come, you'll know even as you're known. And so some things we can't handle. Our bodies can't handle. I mean, this has taught me how much I need God, because I don't know how I'm sitting here. Like, I don't even know how I'm sitting here.
My little sister have a saying. She said, because I take everything, my clients, my clients is my family, and I will carry it. And we at family functions, and I'm answering the phone, talking to my clients, and my sisters is, will you stop doing that? And my baby sister said, put the pressure on God. Put it on him. Don't you carry it, because we can't. Don't carry this stuff around. You service too many women. You hear too many stories, and now you waited. And she said, put the pressure on God, because he can handle it.
Right.
You leave it right there in that chair.
Yeah.
You just like we leave our issues at his feet, leave theirs too. You can't carry it. And I'm so glad to be in relationship with him, because no matter what we going through, Liz, I'm 100% flesh, and I'm 100% spirit. And we get to determine which one is going to be the stronger of the two. So if I feed my flesh, then my flesh going to stand up when I really needed to sit down.
That part.
But if I feed my spirit, man, like I'm supposed to, when I need him to stand up in me, he will.
He will.
And I feed my spirit, man. And that's why we can stand.
Yeah.
It's some mothers that would have committed suicide.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Dealing with some of the stuff that we did.
It's heavy.
It's too heavy. It's too heavy. And even Tone said, you have to leave out the room, because sometimes it get too heavy, because I don't really know.
Right.
He's never experienced it. So I think it's asking too much of other people to understand.
Right. It is.
Yeah. We got to give them grace, because it's just situations where I need grace.
Right.
Yeah.
I 5,000% agree with that. And I think that realization helps, because I see the hurt in their eyes. Like, they want you to be okay so bad.
Oh my goodness.
They really, really want you to be okay.
If my sister would have bought me another gift, I was going to fall out. I'm like, sissy, can you please?
Mm-hmm.
There's no gift in this away.
Right, you can.
You know, no matter what you give me, I'm going to still feel. I
Right.
have to. God gonna have to do this. You
Yeah,
know,
it's God.
and I
That's
don't
it.
even think that it's time, because people say time heals.
No, it don't.
No, because what are you spending your time?
Exactly.
Who are you spending your time with? Like,
Exactly.
that's what's going to determine if you
Yeah.
come out of this thing mentally stable or not.
You might, and it might be a taint or something left. You know, I ain't gonna say, but it's okay because it's a part of the process.
It's a part of the process.
It's a part of the process. So yeah, but God, that's all I got. All I
Yeah.
got is God.
That's me.
That's all I
That's
got.
all. That what? And why do we say that? That's all I got. Well, that's all we need.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. And if you could say something to help a mother, because I'm not gonna say speed up the process,
Mhm.
because I don't even have the words for how I felt about your yes,
Mm.
because I was scared
Mm.
because it's so early,
Mhm.
but I still feel like maybe she'll get mad at God, not me, you know. And you're gonna help another mother be okay with
Mhm.
being okay early.
Yeah.
Like you said, hurt and healing can exist at the same time.
It can.
And another mother needs to know that if it don't take you 13 years like me,
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with you.
Right.
You
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
You okay. If it take you 13 years,
Mhm.
my cousin Brian 15. If it takes that long, you okay.
Yeah.
However you get through,
Yeah.
just get through.
Yeah.
Just get through.
Yeah.
So what would you say to a mom when I'm so scared to say something to them when it first happened?
Mhm.
But if a mother called, if a mother asked for you, if she wanted you, not somebody saying come Liz, no, she wanted you, what would you sit with her and say?
I probably would just sit with her. Maybe just sit and just kind of allow her to breathe, and not have to feel like they have to do anything. Like you don't have to figure it out. Because I felt like I was supposed to be doing. That's why I called Dr. Tip. Like, am I losing it? Am I losing my mind? I felt like I should be doing something. So I'll probably sit and do like you say. I do a believe in breathing and just say breathe and feel what you need to feel, how you need to feel. If you need to scream, to holler, kick, you don't want to get dressed, don't get dressed. But get with somebody that's been there. Get with somebody that's been there and ask the questions that you can't ask anybody else. And because they can't handle those questions. They really can't. The people don't mean any harm. But somebody like me, I can handle those questions. I've been there. And however you need to grieve, it is okay. It's a process. And don't let anybody, like you just said, tell you how to. But I think for me, being in this is healing for me. And so being around women that have been there, that's what I would say, is to get out sooner than I did. Like I wish I would have got out earlier. I really do. Because I sat in the house. That's why I said, I sat in the house. I made videos. I made so many different videos. You can see the transition. Because in the videos I can be real. Because I didn't have anybody to talk to us, so I made videos.
What do you do with the videos?
I still got them.
What do you plan to do with the videos?
I don't know. Because
it was a daily diary?
It was like every so I would just make videos.
Who were you talking to?
Nobody. Just on the video, I'm just talking like my hair is a mess. Some of them just talking about how I feel because I felt like when I would talk to people, they couldn't carry it, and so I made videos. I made videos.
So, do you think you was talking to God?
Probably.
Your son?
I don't know. I just was talking.
Were you angry?
And some of them I was angry. Some of them outside. Some of them I'm in the house. I just made all these videos. And I think that helped a lot. So make videos, but get it out. I made a lot of videos.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what I would say. And however, and that the craziness you feel is normal. It's normal.
And I don't even know that it's crazy. It's new.
Yeah.
We don't know. You know, we don't know what we feel, and we don't have the words.
No.
And so I'm so glad that we serve a God of capacity because he can. And he have the capacity to do it. And just like you just said, I encourage you, not just a mother who's experienced this, but all of us. It's such a blessing. My sister, that's a nurse, prays so different because of her profession. Lord, I thank you for lungs that work. I thank you for a heart that beats on time. You know, the ability to breathe in and out. Remember, every time you do it, it's a gift. And remember, God don't owe us anything. And we can never repay him for what he's done. So use your time wisely. Use your inhale and your exhale wisely. We are kingdom builders. We were never put here to tear each other down. When you get the opportunity to help somebody help, I just feel like my son death made me look at life so different. And I understand that it's a gift to be here. It's a gift. And you ask yourself, when you being messy and tearing people down, it's like I told Mama Coach today, if you gave me a throw and every time you come to my house, it's on the floor. In your mind, you would say, well, that's what she think about my gift. It's our God-given responsibility to take care of each other. I find so much joy in taking care of my sisters. Breathing in, out. It's a gift. God don't owe us anything. Thank you.